Hey everybody, it's a Bluebird here, and it has been a long time. It gets hard to figure out what you want to film, and to be honest, I'm not a professional YouTuber, so I don't really know what I'm doing. It doesn't matter though, because today I do have a video for you, and it is about incubating my gecko eggs. Specifically, I am talking about some marbled velvet gecko eggs, and that is a mouthful, and I did it all in one go, and that took about like 10 times to get that. Anyway, I better get this video going because it's like almost 7 o'clock and the sun's about to go down, and I need as much natural light in this video as possible. So behind me I do have my marbled velvet gecko enclosure, still a mouthful, and I have a trio of marbled geckos that live in there. It's not that amazing. See what I mean? It does have some lighting, but they are nocturnal, so I don't really need some lighting for them at the moment. Plus, it's also a really warm day, and my room is the warmest room in the house, and I just cannot put any more heat in here right now. I've currently just watered the inside of their enclosure as well so that they can drink some water, and also I've left it open because look at that reflection though. You can see like my arm. I'm already getting distracted. So the enclosure behind me used to have my green tree python, but he did grow too big for it, and I didn't want to get rid or sell my enclosure just because I had tweaked it quite a bit. So I thought either I could get another snake, which my parents did not allow, so I thought maybe I could just have myself another gecko. But because it's so big, I kind of thought, okay, maybe I can get myself 2 geckos, and I went looking for some geckos, and I did end up getting this trio from Victoria Reptiles when they were still open in Hoppers Crossing. I don't know where they have opened. I do believe that the owner of the place has or is privately selling stock through the privacy of his own home, but I'm not too sure. I saw that they had 3, and I thought maybe I could buy 1 or 2, and they said no, you have to buy the trio, and I bought the trio. And because they are a trio, I knew that they definitely were eventually going to lay some eggs. Buying them did not actually mean that I was intending on breeding marbled velvet geckos, but I knew eventually they were gonna lay, so I had to figure out what to do. Now, I'm not a professional incubator. In fact, I wasn't willing to spend $500 on an incubator per se. They do get quite pricey, like $300 to $500 range. And then you've got like the chicken incubators that turn the eggs, which is a big no, so you don't want to buy those for reptile eggs because reptile eggs do not need to be rolled. So anyway, I did have a date in my calendar as to when my my eggs were laid, but it's been erased. So I don't even really remember when they were laid. I think they were laid like late December-ish, so any week now they should be about to hatch. I thought I might as well give it a go and incubate these eggs and see if I can incubate them at as little cost as possible, and I decided to go to Bunnings and put some of my pre-existing equipment to good use and see if I could do great. So mind you, this is how I'm incubating my eggs, and so far it's working pretty well. You can tell if it's working quite well by the color or the coloration of the eggs inside. Just off the bat, this is how I'm incubating my eggs, and it's working out pretty well, and I can tell because the silhouette inside my egg is growing bigger and is also becoming much darker, meaning that there is a body forming inside the egg. So it's not an infertile egg at all, it's definitely fertilized, and there's definitely some gecko forming in there right now. So what I have put together to make my very inexpensive incubator is I got a small-ish, medium-sized container from Bunnings for about $5, and inside the container I've put some water in there just to keep the humidity up in the incubator. And you know those little things that you bake souffles and mini pies in? Those are the only things I decided to put in the container inside the water to suspend the tub inside it. I don't know why I use them, but it works, and that's it happened. And the tub inside the big tub that I have is just an old container that came with some crickets that I bought from the store. I mean, you can get them anywhere, and it's good because this already has holes in them for aeration so that it doesn't get moldy inside there, and like, you know, the eggs also do need to air out as well. And yeah, I also bought a packet of vermiculite from Bunnings. I don't exactly remember how much it cost, but it didn't cost that much at all. And also you have plenty left for future eggs that will lay for you. What are they called? Eggs that have laid. English. It's good. It's already getting darker. So I've basically put a ratio of 1:1 of water and vermiculite in the tub. I don't think I've ever really needed to refill or, you know, put some more water in there. In fact, I don't think I ever have. So you don't need to do that. The water just stays in there and it doesn't dry up at all during the incubation process. And then I just have a lamp by Exoterra that has a heat, like a night light in there for what I usually use for my geckos. It's still a heat lamp, it's just a night light, which is like a purplish bluish one. And then I also have a thermometer. Because my lamp is a clamp one by Exoterra, I can basically just move it up and down the shelf that it's on to make sure the eggs and the incubator is the right temperature inside. If it's too hot, then obviously I just move the lamp up a bit, and if it's too cold, then I move it down a little bit. And it really depends on what the weather is going to be on the day. But it's summer here in Australia, and so far it's been pretty like average and accurate throughout most of the days. There have been days when it's been like 40 plus, and usually those days I will move the lamp up a little bit higher, but usually I haven't really needed to move it at all. I do have my incubator at around 28 degrees. It will fluctuate to like 29 or down to like 27 depending on the weather outside, but that hasn't really affected the eggs at all. So that's a good thing, I guess. When the eggs were laid and I saw them, I marked my eggs straight away with a grey lead pencil in case I ever rolled it over and I didn't know which way was the right side up. It's always a good thing to do just in case anything like that ever happens. In the first month of the eggs being laid, I did check them every few days to see how the process was going inside the egg. It's amazing. All you need to do is candlelight the egg and see if there are any veins in them when they first lay, and if there are veins in them, then you basically have yourself a fertilized egg. And within like the first week, you'll see a little tiny dot in there, and if you see a little tiny dot in there, then you know that it is 100% fertilized and it will continue to grow from then on. So I candle them with my phone, just the flashlight will do. You can do it with anything realistically, in a dark room preferably. And yeah, it's growing. That big little black silhouette is definitely growing, and it's very exciting. So this incubator is definitely working for me, and this is just how I'm incubating these eggs. It's my first time. This is sort of just like an experiment, and I'm sure they're going to hatch any week now. I'm really excited, and yeah, that's about it. I mean, there are definitely a lot of videos on YouTube of how other people are setting up or making their own incubators. You can definitely have a look at those as well. But like I said, this is working for me and this is how I'm doing it, and so far, so good. Now, this weekend is the VHS Reptile Expo that I am 100% attending because it comes only once a year. We don't have reptile exhibitions here very often. Like I said, only once a year, and probably it visits every state throughout the year. And we don't have many states like the US. So when it comes around, I take the day off at work and I'm going to be vlogging. The Reptile Expo is this Saturday, and I'm going to try and get there as early as I can because we all know the good things sell out real quick in like the first hour. So I guess I'll be seeing you then. But until then, I hope you guys liked this video. Give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see the next vlog, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Wow, this is such a weird angle, and I've never seen my face this close to the camera before. Anyway guys, thank you again. I'll see you soon. Hopefully this time I'm not gonna take like 2-month time off break kind of thing. But anyway, that's another story. Goodbye.